We have an art drama situation where the client was mad about the program the artist used to draw in. This is a first for me anyways, so let's get into this. This is posted on Twitter by Twitter user Katarina_Rune, who goes by Rena. And Rena writes, I just got a $20 chargeback on VGen because they were upset I use IBS Paint and not Clip Studio, and it went in their favor. By the way, I always read this as IBS Paint. I know it's IBIS. Sounds like I'm talking about irritable bowel syndrome art program or something. So I am down $20 and really down about everything art-wise. Please consider commissioning me or donating. Anything helps. Links in thread. And the commenters are so confused. Nora writes, bro, what? What does that have to do with the art at the end of the day? And Rena says, I know, ugh. I'm glad I'm getting it resolved with Stripe though. Bab writes, OMG, they can do chargebacks on VGen. There is a TOS there. I thought they couldn't do it. Then what's the point of using it if it can't protect artists? And Rena adds, you can charge back through Stripe if it's through Cash App or PayPal payments. And Conductor Savvy says, what the F? That's ridiculous on their part. You did the work and provided the result. It shouldn't matter if it was done in IBIS Paint or Clip Studio or even MS Paint to do the work. That's like me ordering some pizza and complaining it was coal-fired instead of gas oven cooked. And Agoradori adds, make a ticket through VGen on their Discord. The client has gone against the site's TOS by filing a chargeback without VGen's permission. And the TOS reads, point F, disputes and chargebacks. The company takes necessary precautions to minimize the number of disputes and chargebacks on the company's platform. However, when disputes are lost, VGen retains the right to debit the artist for the partial or full amount of the associated costs. And under refunds, it reads all purchases and fees are final and non-refundable. Certain refund requests may be considered by VGen on a case-by-case basis and granted at the sole discretion of VGen. By the way, that's also a really wild thing to be upset about because one, I agree. Why does the method operandus matter? At the end of the day, you're getting the artwork that was advertised. And secondly, again, why are you mad they're painting not in Clip Studio but in IBIS Paint when that is the artist's process? Do you want them to use a program they normally don't use? Because then your art is not going to look the same. So Rena adds more context, writing, thank you all for the repost and kind words. I have some extra info to give you. The chargeback was not done by VGen themselves. It was through PayPal, and I am working with Stripe and PayPal both to appeal. The client's name at the time was Celestial Moon VT, but has deleted their account and refollowed me as Crystal Celestial VT. But I am unsure if this is a real person or an actual scam I got hit with because they asked their art not to be posted since they were in pre-debut. This is the first chargeback I've had to deal with from my VGen commission, and it sucks. Their DMs to me were harsh, and I truly do not want to show them just so I don't have to read them again. Just remember that no matter what program, pen, etc. you use to make your art or commissions, you are good enough and people are gross for judging you by that at the end of the day. I don't know what more to say as I'm still sad over the situation. And then Rena posts the screenshots, writing crazy that not only did they join my server and leave, they also made an account just to harass me here. Can you not? Anyways, here they are. Please be aware of Celestial Moon VT. Their Discord is Crystal Moon Geyser as well. So this is their page. Their DM is from Celestial Moon. Their bio says pre-debut, debut TBA, Moon Goddess VTuber. And they DM writing, why did you put me on blast here? I literally do not post. I'm trying to become a hashtag VTuber like you. By the way, the hashtag VTuber is wild. I did not want to come here, but I saw what you said in your server, so I made an account. Use Clip Studio Paint and maybe this won't happen again. I am keeping the money and the art to use when I debut, which is postponed thanks to you. I hope you get what you deserve. Also, like, how old is this person? Because low-key, they sound like a kid. Airlia Graphic says, I'd keep an eye for their debut and file a DMCA if the art is used, since they blatantly breached your TOS. KHD Cast says, okay, somebody help me out. What's the difference between the program Rena used and the one the Moon person keeps pushing? So they basically are two different programs. I don't use IBIS Paint, but I do draw in Clip Studio Paint. From my understanding, IBS Paint is something that a lot of mobile users will draw on. A lot of like phone artists will use IBIS Paint. They do a lot of community stuff, so they tend to do like community rankings, things like that that you can submit your artwork to, which is pretty cool. We had like a drama previously about one of those ranking things as well. From my understanding though, Clip Studio Paint is more of a professional program. I'm not saying that like IBIS Paint sucks, because honestly, some of the most goated artists use IBIS Paint. Like, don't question what a phone and a finger and a dream can do. That sounds really wrong. But what I meant was that these IBIS artists draw the most insane artworks. But Clip Studio Paint tends to have a lot of artist support. The one that I use is really good for making like manhwas, webtoons, for instance. They have a lot of support for that. They have 3D models built into the program, like literal 3D assets in the program that you can use and add into your artwork and then draw over it to help speed up and improve your art process. So it does have all of those tools. It really is just personal preference. I find that Clip Studio Paint is good for a lot of illustrations, and if you tend to do more like graphic-y work like mangas, webtoons, etc. And IBIS Paint, from what I have seen, seems to be really good for straight up illustrations without like, text bubbles, things like that added. But it's all personal preference at the end of the day. And Clip Studio Paint you have to pay for. And other people are commenting. Naive Spider says, I use IBIS Paint for literally years. The program is super good. Only reason I switched was for better resolution for VTuber models. IBIS Paint is literally such a good and cheap free program that does a lot of what Procreate and Clip Studio Paint can do. And Brianna adds, yo, oh hell no, are they charging back but also keeping the art they complained about? Make it make sense. Also, LOL, send those screenshots in your claim because she admitted to still taking the product she charged back. Like, what? And Luna writes, use Clip Studio Paint and maybe this won't happen again, is frying me. But if we go on Twitter, the Celestial Moon VT account doesn't exist anymore. Also, there are no results for the Crystal Celestial VT account as well. But Rena has this post writing, thank you for the commission order, guys. I've made back the $20 and more. I'm doing a giveaway soon, promise. So at least thankfully, they were able to make the money back after getting the artwork and then more. So super good. At least I'm glad to hear that out of the situation. But what are your thoughts, guys? I would love to hear your thoughts down below. Do you think IBIS Paint is the absolute sin in itself and that it's horrible that artists use that? Like all artists should use Clip Studio Paint. I personally just think it's weird. Makes no sense. As somebody who loves Clip Studio Paint, I draw on both Clip Studio Paint and Procreate. Weird thing to be demanding your artist uses one program over the other. Just commission somebody if you like their art. Don't question how they make it. As long as it's done ethically, then we're good. But anyways, with that, if you like the video, I appreciate it if you like and subscribe. I have some merch that's cooking behind the scenes. So if you like cats and you like silly cats, you're gonna like the merch that I'm cooking up. I'm not gonna do something stupid, guys. I'm not gonna just slap my username across her chest, Cat Lante, in Comic Sans or Times New Roman. I would not wear that. I wouldn't want you to wear that. It's also not gonna be my cat. Some people make merch and it's just their cat. Totally get it. Their cats are super cute. But my cat is not your cat, and I love my cat. I don't know how many of you guys want to wear my beautiful son Corn straight across your chest, unless your cat happens to look like him. So we're gonna be cooking some funny stuff up though, so I hope you guys like it. But rambling too much about the merch and stuff like that. Anyways, keep your eyes peeled. I'll let y'all know when it drops. I have a VGen. I do sell art there. Check me out there. Also have a Etsy with digital art for Twitch streamers, etc. Also check me out on Twitch. I do stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays, 6 p.m. PST. Hope to catch you guys there or in another video.